building, illuminating motes of dust that danced in the stagnant air. Dr. Jeremy Sinclair leaned back in his leather chair, tapping a fountain pen against his chin. His brow furrowed as he listened to the torrent of complaints spilling from his client. It was an all-too-common scenario in his profession. Yet the frantic energy radiating from his visitor made this afternoon feel uniquely burdensome. "He is crazy, that is what he is," she stated, her voice trembling with a mix of frustration and genuine concern. "A loony, a nutcase, a genuine wacko. Uncle Edgar is always looking for things." Dr. Sinclair noted the name Edgar Witherspoon on his pad. He wrote in elegant script, trying to capture the essence of the woman sitting before him. She continued, her hands twisting a handkerchief. Things like 3 paper clips or a chrome coat hanger, or 1 patent leather tap shoe. He rummages through trash cans. He goes to garbage dumps. He is always bothering my other tenants. One day it is bicycle spokes. Then it is baseball cards. And who do the tenants complain to? Yours truly. He will not let anybody into his apartment. Not even his own niece. All that junk he is collecting, it is a fire trap. He could hurt himself. And other people. Namely me. He needs your help." Jeremy nodded, his expression remaining neutral and professional. He had dealt with many people who lived in their own private worlds of irrational urgencies. It was the bread and butter of his practice. But he sensed that this case possessed a unique, perhaps exhausting quality. "Yesterday he wanted a yo-yo," she went on, her eyes wide with bewilderment. "By 6 o'clock. And last week pieces of broken dolls. Heads, arms, legs. Please do something, doctor. Please, for his sake. And ours, of course. His bell does not work." The woman was Mrs. Milligan, and she was clearly at the end of her tether. Jeremy stood up, smoothing his suit jacket. He would pay a visit to this Mr. Witherspoon. He would be the voice of reason. Upon arriving at the apartment complex, the air felt thick and heavy. Jeremy found himself in the basement, searching for the source of the silence that greeted him. He realized that the bell for the apartment in question had been intentionally disconnected. He knocked on the door with a firm hand, announcing his presence. He encountered a man who identified himself as Mr. Pilchick, but as they spoke, it became clear that the man was distracted by his own eccentricities. "Oh, thank you," the man said, looking at the floorboards. "Thanks anyway, Mr. Pilchick. But I already found a brass thimble." Jeremy corrected him gently, his voice carrying the calm authority of his medical training. "You are not Mr. Pilchick. I am Dr. Jeremy Sinclair. May I talk to you, Mr. Pilchick?" "Some other time, perhaps," the man replied, already turning away. "I have to look for a doll's head." Jeremy watched him go. One old man, living in a private world of irrational urgencies. For Dr. Jeremy Sinclair, it was an all-too-common sight. But Edgar Witherspoon was a most uncommon old man. He possessed a secret that reached out to the 4 corners of the earth. A secret the good doctor was about to discover. Jeremy persisted, his curiosity finally piqued by the old man's singular focus. He caught up with him, trying to channel the concern of the niece. "Your niece, she worries about you. She is a very nice woman, so tell her not to worry." "See, a simple solution," Edgar said, beaming with a smile that caught Jeremy off guard. "Thanks for coming. It has been a pleasure meeting you. But I have to get on with my work." "Your work?" Jeremy asked, his professional instinct surfacing. "I bet you would like to know what it is, would you not?" "Yes." "Wrong answer." Edgar began to rummage through a pile of debris, his movements frantic yet precise. "You see a doll's head here anywhere?" "You mean like that?" Jeremy pointed to a small object near the baseboard. "Ah, too big. Also brunette. I need blonde," Edgar muttered, his brow furrowed in deep concentration. "And I need it in 5 minutes. And what for? You want Santa Barbara to fall into the ocean? Then stand aside, sir. Stand aside." Jeremy stepped back, watching in disbelief as Edgar scrambled, his movements fluid and purposeful. Woohoo! Just in the nick of time. No time to lose. Mr. Witherspoon, I am sorry. I should not be rude. You have come all this way to see me. May I come in? Jeremy asked, sensing an opening. And it was so nice. A pleasure meeting you, Edgar said, ushering him away. Tell my niece hello. Now, if you will excuse me, I have to stop the shaking in Santa Barbara. Mr. Witherspoon, on your way out, could you dump this? Edgar handed him a bag of refuse with the casualness of someone handing over a business card. Good afternoon, Doctor. Jeremy left, feeling entirely wrong-footed. He met Mrs. Milligan outside, who was desperate for news. Did you see Uncle Edgar? Yes, this morning, Jeremy replied, still trying to process the interaction. Well, she waited, her expression expectant. I could not exactly call it a long conversation, but long enough to realize that he is. Absolutely. On the other hand, Mr. Witherspoon appears happy and harmless. Harmless? He pesters strangers on the street. He runs after garbage trucks. That is far from harmless. Somebody saw him take a baby's bottle out of its carriage. I am afraid he will get arrested next time. Doctor, I will sign anything. Cooperate in any way All right, maybe I will have another chat with him, Jeremy relented. A longer one. See if did you hear that? What? The woman looked around. There was something about a sorry, it was nothing. I do not know what I was thinking. I will call you. As soon as I can. Thank you very much. The next week, Jeremy returned. He felt the weight of his obligation, but also a growing, nagging sense that there was more here than simple madness. He knocked on the door. Activity could be a problem. Acid rain is affecting the northern lakes even more than scientists. Mr. Witherspoon, Jeremy called out. Go away. The voice shouted from within. I am not home. It is Dr. Sinclair. I was here last week. You remember? Sorry, I was not home last week either. The voice retorted. Mr. Witherspoon, I could legally force you to open this door to me. Is that what you want? You are a curious one. Odd, you mean? I mean nosy. I am paid to be nosy. Curious, really? Do you not think that is odd? Most people are curious for nothing. That is very nice for you. Are the hours good? Mr. Witherspoon, why do you collect dolls' heads, shoes, paperclips? I cannot afford Rembrandts. What? Oh no. Oh no. As usual, it has been lovely. Please do not call again. I may have to. The next time it might not be so lovely, you understand what I mean, Mr. Witherspoon. Wouldn't you rather invite me in of your own free will? You must. You must. Be very, very careful where you walk. Jeremy stepped inside and felt his breath catch in his throat. The apartment was a labyrinth of bizarre objects, all interconnected by wires, strings, and meticulously placed debris. It was a masterpiece of organized chaos. How is it, Cloudshade? Edgar asked, holding a strange, glimmering object. It is very interesting, Mr. Witherspoon, Jeremy admitted, unable to look away. What is it? This? Yes. This is the only thing that keeps the world from going poof. Now, let me understand you clearly, Mr. Witherspoon. You say that this is what keeps the world from going poof. And it is not easy. Most things are nearly impossible to find. Where would you look for a skate key? Oh, I cannot imagine. I found one, though. You think that is crazy? Well, you would not by any chance have a business card, would you? Oh yes, of course. That was an easy one. Well, I will not take up any more of your time. I have seen more than enough. I used to be an engineer, Edgar said, his voice softening, lost in memory. Earned lots of money. Then I retired. Worst mistake I ever made. Life was so damned boring. And then the voice spoke to me. Oh, you also hear voices. You too? Please tell me about it. I was sitting in the park one day, feeding the pigeons, and suddenly, there it was. The voice. Edgar, it said. Have you ever been to England? Oh yes, why? No, that is what the voice asked me. Edgar, it said.